Good day, cattlemen. This is another program of the Wagyu Beef Company, and we are going to talk about Wagyu. I had promised you this program because it is important to show the management that we give to the animals on the farm. That management is simple, and we are going to talk a little more about the scientific part of its development. And we are going to touch on issues related to how they work the bulls on the farm. And we are going to touch on issues related to marketing as well. The Black Wagyu cattle is a completely tame breed. If we are talking about being tame, what we do is also enjoy it. And of course, these little animals, in addition to enjoying them, remember a principle that was obtained at some point. I myself used in managing the breeds, and that is that food is what reflects genetics. And it turns out that here is all the millinery genetics in one of these cows. This one comes from the United States, but since the 2nd century, its ancestors have made it come here as a pure breed, which is the one that you have to find a way to have. A calf is born and lives like all of the mother. Here we leave the animals to their mothers all the time. When we talk about dairy breeds, the management is different. I leave it 3 to 5 days and take it off. In dairy breeds meat, a bit of the same thing was happening when there wasn't much milk. But in this breed of meat, which is essentially meat, we leave it to his mother from birth, colostrum, and the 6 or 7 permanent liters that she gives to her children. An enormous advantage that we have with the Wagyu breed is that it is supremely fertile. I have already said it in other ways, but if I am going to take oocytes from this cow, its ability to produce oocytes is fundamental. It is very good. Here we are talking about 15, 20 oocytes at a given time, especially when it is aspiration. When it is conventional washing, well, of course we sometimes have twin pregnancies, and of course they are welcome. We have to tell them how fertile they are, and I have already repeated it before. At 12 months they are already cycling. But when we talk about bulls, we do, or with semen from imported bulls. Because right now we even have houses that also sell Wagyu semen, imported from Japan, is already sold on the market. If we are talking about bringing together 30 cows with a bull, well, suddenly I am undervaluing the bull. What I want to tell you is that bull can withstand 50, 15, 20 more cows than the other animals of the breeds, of the bovine breed. This bull works with 20 additional ones without any problem. And that makes it supremely fertile and efficient. We are talking about the fertility of the animals. They eat very well. Yes, of course, we can give them corn silage. We can also give them the best quality pasture. In this particular case we are giving them kikuyo. And we can even give them concentrate. But this feed that I am telling you is the one we use for the animals that go to slaughter. We need them to have a superior tenderness and marbling. 10, 11 and even 12. From 1 to 12 is the indicator that the Japanese government wants to talk about the amount of marbling, which is how we should work now all our cattle ranches. The amount of marbling that Wagyu meat has. And above all, the most important thing, Kobe beef, Black Wagyu beef. Keep in mind that the breed that produces the most marbling is the Black Wagyu breed. That is why they even call it Kobe beef. But also, if I take a zebu and I apply it, I inseminate it with a Wagyu bull, a zebu beef, the result of that F1 can have up to 4% In those same degrees of marbling and tenderness, it can have up to 4% when it is alone, it only has 1, and it reaches 2, where we can obtain greater amounts of fat, of marbling, mixed in the meat. It is, for example, in hot land with Brangus and in cold land with this pure breed. But in general, the most important thing, and I have just told you, is to improve the national cattle raising, with a better meat production, with a better price and much more efficient and above all healthy. What you are seeing here is a delicacy, a perfectly spectacular meat, the result of work done on a farm, with a low thermal floor. We are talking about hot land and we are saying that this is flat, and that this is leg. What I want you to see here? Which is the most important thing about it, remember that I have insistently repeated, that from now on, the meat must be valued, and put a price on it for the marble that it has. That meat that we see here is of a specimen of very good category, 480 kilos 28 months old. But we are also talking about an animal, bovine indicus, for a Wagyu of this breed, which is the black Wagyu. But it is also produced in hot land, in Colombian lands, and it is also here in the highlands, where we need to produce this quality and even better. In this particular case, when we are talking about an F1 cross, we are already beginning to see that unites indicus that does not have an equal marble. Here the Wagyu is already putting it on. And look, one would think that this could be greased with fat that is not good, because what I want to show you here is that this marble is all white. Look, that this is the streaky fat in the meat, which is the one that seals the meat, forms acids that are completely healthy for the human being. And this is a meat that has an excellent marble. If we compare according to the tables, it is around 4 of a marble that has a cigar, like the one we see behind 12, that means that it is really printing a good amount of marble to the meat. That is why, because of the crossing is fundamental in the development of this activity, in which today I am proud to show specific results that are aimed at placing on the table in my house. In my house, the best food, the best meats, the tastiest meats with marble, meats with tenderness. Then invited them to start a directed work, to produce this type of products in their farms, so that they can enjoy one meal, one gourmet meal, one gourmet meat, with the best flavor in the world. Of a lunch. At this point I am going to remind you of what we have been talking about in other programs related to the Wagyu Beef Company. This company, which provides a series of important services for Colombian cattle breeders, especially related to the Wagyu breed, and especially the black Wagyu, or the Kobe, if you want to call it that way. The specific function of this company is to support cattle breeders who want to generate added value in their farms, so that they can produce higher and better income. Through semen, embryos, conventional washing, follicular aspiration, We can also buy our pure animal to take it to your farms, a heifer, a male, as necessary, so that you can develop all the Wagyu genetics there in your farm. But we can also collaborate with you to choose the genetics you want. We can also help you to choose the best breeders you need for your farms. And we can also tell you how to work with them at a given time depending on the thermal floor where you want to work. We can do all this so that everyone can develop this activity so valuable and so important. We are much more than 600,000 cattle breeders. Many of you are going to work with us. Many of you are going to enter this process, and we are going to have all the support so that you can do it without any inconvenience. We have the best of the breed, that breed like this one, which was extracted from the United States, and all pure, imported so that the 118 animals that are here the females that are here can be used to start your small, medium or large Wagyu cattle herd in your farm, either pure or by crossbreeding.